You've been running for a little while, you've done the 5K, now you're looking to step it up. You want to do a 10K, but you're not sure what's a good time. In a follow-up video to my other one where I talked about what's a good time for 5K runners, today we're going to talk about what is a good time for a 10K for beginners. If you haven't been with me here on the channel before, I'm Jesse Funk, the founder of Soulpre.com and the host of this show, Runner's High, where we talk about everything running and endurance related. So if you like running, you like triathlon, you like going the distance, you're going to want to stick around, hit subscribe to see more videos every Tuesday and Thursday, as well as my other show on the channel, the Smart Athlete Podcast, where I get to talk to really cool people who do a lot of different cool things that are sport and sport related. Anyway, today we want to talk about 10K times, what's a good time. Now, if you haven't seen my video where I talk about what's a good 5K time, thank you to all of you that have watched it. It's one of my more watched videos. It's almost always in the top 3 most watched videos on my channel. I had a particular definition for what good is, and we had a discussion about that, and many of you seem to appreciate that, but I've definitely gotten some flack for deciding what good is. And today, when we talk about these 10K times, I actually want to continue to defend my hypothesis in that good, so to speak, means better than average. So the flack I received is basically from people who come from a more competitive background, like me, saying that's not good. Now, for clarification before we get on to the times, good, I believe, should be entirely internal. So even if you're not above average in what I'm calling the definition of good, that's okay. If you are improving and enjoying yourself, then you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing. But we do all like to be competitive sometimes, so let's talk about the actual times. Just like in that 5K video, I'm going to give you this table of times here to my left or right. I don't know, the camera is backwards sometimes, so I don't know which side it would be for you, but here next to me, here next to my head, look at your age group, kind of see what the average time is, and we're going to say if you're above that average time, then you're good, you're doing well. If you're below that average time, again, not going to be a huge deal if you are where you want to be and you are improving. The sport at its heart is a race against yourself. But on average, let's say men finishing time for 10K roughly 55-ish minutes, and then the women about an hour or 2. Now if you've seen that other video I did, you'll notice a peculiar thing. And that is that the finish time for men's and women's 10K is faster than double of what the 5K was. So we were like low 30 minutes for like men, if I remember right. And so that should actually put us like an hour 2, hour 4, something like that for finish time, yet here we are at 55. And you go, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, shouldn't it be double or even more because you're going longer and you're going to get more tired? Well, I would say no. And I don't have the data to back this up for clarification, but I think there's an intuitive reason, and once I say it, you'll go, aha, why this is the case. And that is anybody who runs a 10K, number one, it's like kind of the redhead stepchild of the running world, but anybody who runs a 10K, number one, doesn't want to run a 5K, and number 2, probably spends more time training. So you actually have a group of people who have self-selected a little bit because they are a little bit faster, they are putting a little bit more time, versus a 5K, much more like non-training, I'll say non-runner, not that that's a great identifier, but just somebody who doesn't spend regular time training. A 5K, much more approachable distance. So I think you see these faster times both on the men and women's side because you're going to get people that self-select and say, hey, I want to train, I want to do something longer, maybe I'm not quite ready for half marathon or marathon, or maybe you're like me and you don't really care about the longer stuff anyway. You like the short stuff. So you have that kind of self-selection there. One other thing I want to address with a critique people have had with my approach here and this data where I say the average times is I've had people say the median. The median, what should we be looking at, which is the middle of the road versus the average, which can be skewed with outliers. So like when you take, say, somebody who's super elite trying to run a world record and you stick them in a race and maybe there's nobody else there, they're going to pull the average time down. It's going to be faster than it would be because you have this outlier. Or conversely, if you have somebody who, for whatever reason, takes 3 hours to finish their 10K, then they are going to raise the race average time. Now, this is a very large data set where this information comes from, and in a large enough data set, the median and the average tend towards the middle. So they tend towards themselves. They tend to be the same because you have a large enough set of information that those extremes don't tend to affect the average or the information quite as much. So even though purely speaking we would prefer to find the median, this is data that's reported that I'm not able to sift through the raw data for. So in any case, I don't think you need to be that nitty-gritty about is this the median or is this the average, because again, it's a large data set. They're going to tend towards the same number. And at that point, we're splitting hairs, right? 55 minutes, so I went 55:30. Am I okay? I went 54:59. Is that what I need? You're in the ballpark, right? That's kind of what we want. And again, back to my first point from the beginning of this video. It's about you. It's about your race. It's about how you're performing. It's about how you enjoy the sport, enjoy the training. And I hope you do enjoy the training more than you enjoy the racing, because if you can find joy in that, you'll be able to stick with it for the long term. So if you'd like more videos like this, where we talk about running and endurance sports, obviously subscribe. You can check out more posts, videos, all that kind of things on our blog, soulbrew.com/blog. I'll see you next time on the next episode of Runner's High.